Story. I love Vintage Story though. I actually thought about that it would be cool to pull a bunch of Minecraft people into Vintage Story at some point. Just the ones that have never played it and just kind of like see what happens. I don't know. We'll see. It's a very different game though. I think a lot of the girls would like it. A lot of the girls that I've met through Minecraft, I think would really love Vintage Story. Some of the guys, I think, too, but definitely not the ones that are like PvP heads and that's what they're focused on. I don't think they'd like Vintage Story as much. Or maybe they would because there actually is quite a bit of fighting in there. There are boss fights and stuff, so who knows? May's doing big work with the map. Yeah, she's doing big work with the map. I'm going to be running a lot of logistics stuff. And then Kubi and Lux are probably going to be planning out a lot of the event structure and things. So it'll be nice. It'll be nice. Well, yeah, we'll see. In my friend group, we did a session-based event. We did the Hermitcraft members lifesteal events. A lot of people like session-based events rather than 24/7 because they don't have time to grind and feel FOMO. That's exactly my thoughts. I really like big servers and these like longer events like this, but yeah, in something like Vintage Story especially, you feel so pressured to play constantly. It's not just FOMO. It's also like in that game, if you're not there to maintain certain things because other people are playing 24/7 and time is passing, you could end up like, oh, winter's here, but you're not ready for winter. Yeah, your food spoils, stuff like that. So that makes it very tough to not like just no life the beginning at least. Now we're at a point where we could get off for a bit and then go back on and be okay, but it gets really, really, really brutal. So, yeah, I don't like 24/7 stuff as much as I like sessions. Like, I'd really like to do a server that is open for a week, specific hours of each day. Maybe it's 5 days for 3-4 hours each day, right? Something like that. Maybe it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 2 weeks. Who knows? But yeah, I think session-based stuff is good because it's not encouraging people to be unhealthy and sit 24/7 on a server. I don't know. I don't know. Do sessions with a twist instead of plain survival. Yeah, things like that. That's something I was talking to some friends about for some other games. We might see. Like, I know Oddlaws Vintage Story server is going to stay up, but they also are going to do a Zomboid server at some point. And I was like, hey, I want to do this, but Zomboid is one of those things too that, like, if you're not, because of how looting works, if you're not playing right at the beginning and no lifing it, you lose out on everything. Right? Like, you gotta be round the clock on that. Yeah, people just take everything and then you're just done. So I'll see how they end up going through and doing it. But yeah, it could be tough. Right, like people take the fire station instantly. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll consider it. But I don't know. It might be one of those things where I might skip it and just watch. Yeah, I know, Sakura, but that's if they do. If I'm not in charge of the server, then it's always, if. We'll see. So I'll see what they say about it. They've just said they're going to do it, but I don't have any details. So if it's something where I could play casually and make it work, then I'll do it because I haven't gotten to play much Zomboid at all. But yeah. We'll see. Doing with limes again. I want to. Maybe, let me see. Maybe I will do Vintage Story now. For a little bit. Why not? Let me see how the server's doing. Dude, my favorite thing, you guys can never see them, but my favorite thing is when someone who's banned in the main channel comes to this channel and tries to type. You guys don't even get to see them. They try to type and it just gets completely hidden. For me, it has like an automatic thing where like I can't even see it either. It's just like a little ping that someone attempted to be here. Wait, it auto-captured this? Huh. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we do cross-ban if we see them, but like if no one shows up, there's no like auto cross-ban option. So, do you still play Pokopia? I do. I still play it. I mean, should I even keep streaming? I could also record stuff. Hold on, much to consider. Much to consider. Is there anything I can record while streaming? Let me see. No, I'm not going to silently do ebb runs. Yeah, because I did stream for a while. Yeah, I definitely need to record some of this, but let me check. Yeah, no, I'd have to get off to record these, I think. Probably. I should do that, though. Our quality's been better, so I'm actually able to record stuff now. Would you consider rolling Red Dead RP character? No pixel people are doing that's been very entertaining. No. Probably not. I don't have a lot of interest in playing on servers like that where you have to do these long-ass storylines. Like, to have fun, you have to, like, put so much time into it. I really just can't. Like, it's not that I have no interest. If I had a lot of time, I absolutely would do it. But I don't have the time. I can't even, like, log into NoPixel very often at all. I do when I can. But, like, you know what happens when I show up infrequently? I show up, people see me and they're excited to see me, so they like lore dump me, they tell me this, tell me that, I get a bunch of updates, and now like things have massively changed for my character. So then I go around, I tell some people things, or I start to make a move, whatever, and then I just get like randos from other chats complaining that I play. Like, I get the recap, and then if I try to be involved at all, I get randos being like, how dare you try to get involved? And I'm like, why the what? You know, but you can't. You like, if you show up and you're like, hey, I know I'm not here a lot, but I'd love to help with whatever, then people will just type in that other chat and be like, nah, she's never around. Like they're like, don't let her participate in anything. They do this to everyone who shows up infrequently. You know? It's like that. Yeah, even if the streamer's excited and they're like, oh, so good to see you. Which I hear all the time. I hear the characters that my streamer friends playing being like, oh, so good to see you. The people in these chats will just like, that's their reaction. And then, like, even if you don't look at chat, doesn't matter, because they will find ways to make that persist outside of chat, you know? It's crazy. And then, like, you know, I'll be updated on some stuff, not on other things. So these storylines are super progressed and there's so much information. And I only have a little bit. So if I'm getting involved, it's not like I could be crazy helpful. So I need someone else to, like, kind of give me a task to do. Otherwise, like, you know, I try to stay like a little uninvolved. And then people, they say weird stuff about that too. They'll be like, oh, she's not locked in, right? So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. They do this to everyone who doesn't log in every day. And it's just one of those things where I'm like, oh man. Oh man. For me, someone that's not there so often is more exciting when they are there. Yeah, but it depends on what communities are typing at you, honestly. I love my friends to death, but you know, some of them, their chats just have like really, really, really shitty attitudes towards certain things. And it's usually revolving around like if you don't play every day, or if you don't make the choices that they like, if you don't bend the knee to their favorite characters all the time, things like that. You know, a lot of the big RP chats are like that. So yeah, it just makes it one of those things that I think a lot of people don't talk about it. There's also a lot of smaller streamers that do play every day, but because they're smaller streamers, they also kind of experience some of this. And it's just like, I don't know, it makes it really tough for some of them. Like, I've got friends that play characters where they make a lot of risky decisions, and it's the same as some of like my bigger RP streamer friends do, but because they're the smaller streamer, people shit on them, but then they like absolutely put up on a pedestal the bigger streamer doing it, right? And they're like, oh my god, he takes risky decisions, I love that. And then like, you know, smaller streamer doesn't. They're like, what a fucking idiot, what do you think was gonna happen? Right? Like, so yeah, it definitely keeps you away from it as a content creator, almost. Definitely. I still have fun playing. I find ways to have fun. And that's why I've never completely stopped logging in, but it makes me wary of, that's because I have like passed on this one server, right? But if I didn't, I wouldn't like just join. You know, that's why I like don't really want to touch Red Dead. I think if I had time to lock in on it, I would do it and it'd be super fun. But when you don't have time, you're kind of like, you kind of show up for a little fun, and then like you get your fun, and then aftermath it's just like all the weird shit, right? Yeah, karate, that's what. Well, playing off stream has been relaxing for that reason, but at the same time, when you play off stream, then a lot of what you do and say to people, no one has video evidence of, and you know how people are. If I didn't see it happen in front of me, it didn't happen. So because it didn't happen, you know what I mean? I'm gonna bring that up. So like my character will know a thing or say a thing, and then people be like, "Ugh, must be meta." But I'm like, well, I talk to so many people off stream. So what am I supposed to do? Pretend that I didn't learn those things, so that I don't get one person typing meta or something? You can't do that. So I don't know. What can you do? What can you do? The answer for me is, yeah, I'll just play more off stream, and then that's really it. I'll just play a little more off stream, keep having my fun, and then genuinely I just kind of like avoid certain things so I don't have to hear people. Simple as. Ooh, vintage canvas. Oh yeah, they updated that. Low-key would like that some streamers said something in their chat, like, Barky, some crazy RP happened. Meanwhile, he's saying, chat, please be nice. It's just RP. Chat, don't hop, please. Yeah, I think it's on people in the end to curate their chats better. He does a good job where he always says stuff to his chat, or his mods do, right? Like, if you're in the middle of RP and you have to listen to what's happening and you don't have time to sit there and turn and talk to your chat to tell them, like, to calm down, whatever, it's on the mods. But also, like, a lot of people that stream a lot of RP don't ban a lot of people compared to like someone like me, right? I see someone say something I don't like and they get immediately timed out if they say something a little weird. Yeah, I think a lot of bigger streamers get big. I'm not saying this is the main reason why, but like a part of it is that they don't moderate too much. They moderate somewhat. Like the really heinous stuff, they all get rid of. They're all good with that. But there's some stuff that maybe I wouldn't allow that they do. And because of that, people feel like that chat is a little bit like the Wild West, but they feel like they can have fun and say whatever they want there. And they can be nasty and they can, you know what I mean? So there's like definitely an actual benefit for the streamer where you don't limit growth a little bit by allowing that stuff. So I don't 100% blame them sometimes. It depends on what they're allowing, you know? I was mid-building this. It just depends on how they go about it. I do know whenever I said anything to any of my friends, oh yeah, I've been hearing a lot of this, a lot of that, they would always go and turn and say something. But I kind of had to prompt it. Oh, it's winter. Because they just weren't used to, like, doing that all the time, you know? Who's on a chancy? Turd. Okay, I just wanted to check on our area. I was building and I was making this house. Very Eastern. I just need to cut a bunch of shit down. But yeah, I don't know. I still love RP, and I've not been like fully discouraged from it or anything like that. But I'm definitely discouraged from attempting to be part of things at times, depending on what it is or who it is. Or the significance of it overall, right? But I also, like, I don't say no. There are a lot of friends that will be like, hey, can I have your character involved in this storyline in this way? I'd really like that. And so I make sure I log on because they asked. So sometimes people will be like, what's with her timing showing up for this or showing up for that? It's because literally the streamer is like, please show up for this one. I know you show up at certain times only. Choose this one. What am I going to do? Say no? Of course I'm going to be like, yeah. Oh, what's that? My character's uniquely positioned to make your RP better and you want me to hop on for it? Of course I'm going to say yeah, you know? So. It is what it is. So if they ask, I still hop on. I still do. And then other than that, I just kind of like dick around, do my own shit. I was, I gotta check texts on her, but I was having my cop get rehired because it's really easy for me to casually play cop. Very, very easy. What server is this? Yeah, mama. When MPV comes out, I'm curious how many people you'll end up banning for the first few months. I don't know. I mean, I got a lot of the ones that are going to come back for 5. Also, were there for the beginning of 4, so I feel like I've already got a lot of those people kind of curated out, you know? Where needed, at least. But I'm not sure. I mean, people always get messy. I think the people that are actively watching RP now, I think the way people get weird about stuff is worse now than it was before. Because now you've only got the people that are willing to stay invested in this for years. Right? You don't have any of, like, the tourists. So it's the ones who feel like they kind of... I don't know. It's hard because I feel like overall RP chat is very 50-50. But it's really like 80-20. Like 80% of the people in a lot of these RP chats for GTA RP are really great and really nice. And this is just their soap opera. And they're funny. You know, like majority of the community is really good. And then that last pocket is like the complete opposite. Right? Where they're just like brain dead and they type crazy shit and they think that unless it happened in a clip they watched, then it's not real. Right? It's like it's like a big swing. But the majority of the people are really nice. That's why I still like doing it, because genuinely the ones that get complained about are so much fewer than the nice ones. Or the ones that are just there for a good time, right? You know what I mean? Imagine it's really bad during the start of a server. You have a lot of clashing between those really deeply ingrained RP chats that expect things to go a certain way versus a variety streamer who's just trying to like have fun doing a bit. Right? You get like a lot of different types of people all interacting in the same space for a while, and that always, yeah, you're gonna have issues with that here and there. But I don't think it was that bad, honestly. Yeah, one of you earlier said you were like a Peppo viewer and you would like to see me do Rosalita with them. I would consider it. If I knew I could hop on with like a specific group of friends and just do a short thing, I would consider it. But honestly, unless someone directly invites me and is like, hop on this day, this time with me and whoever to do X thing, You know, unless it's like that, I'm probably not going to do it. I need to be incentivized, you know what I mean? I need to be properly incentivized. Sticks. I was reorganizing this. Dude, I got hella sticks. I got so many sticks. Capock. Capock. You. I don't know. I am excited for it overall, though. I kind of just hope there's still some more time before NPV drops. A lot of people are like, oh my god, when's it gonna happen? But I would like more time, please. Personally, I hope it goes a little bit later. I'm curious to see if GTA 6 will just totally kill off all the RPers, if they're just gonna all play that, and like how many of them will return to RP versus how many people will just take that as their variety pivot. Their moment to be, you know, done with it for now. We'll see. What do we need more of? I was trying to make sure people had everything they needed to build. It's looking like oak. People aren't using acacia too much. Oak, ebony, bald cypress, larch. I don't have any larch seeds on me. Larch and oak. Okay. We'll do that. Put the rest of these away. I'll do oak. Put away walnuts. GTA 6 needs to be recorded. Dude, if they... I don't think they're going to push GTA 6 back again. But if they did, it would help NoPixel a lot, I think. But I don't know. Are these all oak? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Someone not interested in GTA 6? I'm curious what actual impact it'll have on the wider audience. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, GTA 5 dropped, and it was something that a lot of streamers played, but there weren't a lot of streamers at the time, to be honest. But a lot of streamers played it, and then the story mode, when they were done with it, they just went back to the normal thing. And then years later, RP servers pop up. I'm really interested to see how much Rockstar supports GTA 6 RP servers happening. I have no insider info, but I can't imagine that they don't just try to make that happen with NoPixel as fast as they can, honestly. I think they should build a framework that lets people spin up their own RP servers for a price, you know, like they host it and everything. But people like modding stuff, so I don't know. I don't know how much that'll really happen. Jai. Got the basement of horrors over here. I need to go there to get my food, dude. Oh my god. Did they finish building the basement? Oh. I see people haven't been on for a few days. Okay. Okay. I see. How's our food doing? The food's doing okay. Some of that is not the most filling. Here's see what tooling's available for the RP folks. I know there's some hubbub about them getting inside access, but I'm wondering how that manifests. I don't know. I want to say by working with the devs directly, like they'll be able to do so much more. Hey, we want to change this thing. Like No Pixel, for example, you know how you can give someone access to a building. When you have a shell, which is like a building that has nothing in it in GTA 5, there's a lot of buildings that are just outsides. For RP servers, they would create an inside and it would just be a shell, and then you could use basically like a Unity editor with a bunch of items that come from GTA interiors, and you could build out an interior, and that's what everyone does, right? And when they give a character like a whitelisted access to be able to open the door, you could open any door in it. Any interior doors you could open, right? But we wanted locks on interior doors, so I could give everyone in my gang, for example, access to the store. They could walk in. But then there's a back room with money that not all of them can open because they don't all have the key. But that functionally they could not do, right? So I think like stuff like that, all the quality of life stuff that they couldn't do, I assume they're going to be able to now do that, which will be huge. And that means a lot of little things like that means they can do more with heist mechanics, with like the hacks you do, that kind of stuff. The drug mechanics, maybe even more with vehicles, etc. So I think that'll be nice, but I don't know. I think it'd be nice if they can also do more MMO-like stuff, more really long, slow progression stuff. More with like character stats and them being good at certain things. Like literally look at Vintage Story here. Survival combat, and temporal adaptation. I do certain things and I gain XP in this thing and then I can spend it on certain perks, right? If I drink a bunch of alcohol, I get unlearned points, so I can remove these and reallocate. Right? And then if you look, you can only specialize in some of these. I can pick a specialization, so I picked Forester. It was the only one I could pick. And then at some point I'll be able to pick a second one, and that's it. I want these RP servers to have that. So if I make a character, and they are in a gang, and the gang is like, hey, we do a lot of drug-related stuff. I can make my guy, like, you know, good at chemistry. And then maybe I can do one other thing. And that's it. That's it. I don't want people to all have every gang do everything, because then you don't get this living, breathing world where you have to interact with other people for stuff. You just get these really insular pockets of people, you know? So I think it'd be better to do that. Because also, like, I think one of the problems with the last server was everyone was fighting all the time because everyone was trying to hold down everything. Everyone could do everything, so if you had beef with a gang and you beat them up, there was no consequence for creating an enemy. Right? There's absolutely no consequence because you could do everything they could do. But what if you are beefing with an enemy gang, but they are the ones providing all of your seeds for your weed operation, and your gang cannot provide that? Right? Now if you go beat them up, there's some sort of consequence to it, and it makes everything more dynamic. That's what the server needs, more than anything else. Yeah, just more role-based stuff. You consider if you want to play a new character for 5 of the same characters. I would like to do the same characters because I was never in 3.0. And I only played super actively for less than a year. It's like 7 or 8 months. Before I like returned to Variety, which is a much longer time than a lot of other Variety streamers, but still like not that long in the grand scheme of things for RP streamers. So I would like to bring them back, but I also consider doing new ones too. Because doing new stuff is fun. But it also sucks, like, I think, personally, I would love if they forced everyone to wipe characters. I really wish they would force everyone to wipe characters if they had, like, if you played them a lot. If they were your main character, you played them more than, like, a certain number of hours. Wipe them, you know? And you don't have to wipe, like, gimmick characters. But I think they should make people wipe, any, like, super major character, because I feel like when character reputations get built up, you just create dynamics right from the get-go that honestly kind of make shit boring and you get a lot of reruns, right? So I would like if they forced everyone to wipe it, but I don't think they will. I just don't think that's something that they would do. And they tried to do a soft wipe that I thought was super unsuccessful. Like, some people tried and a lot of others didn't. So when they started 4, they told everyone who played on 3, hey, what we need you to do is, if you're bringing a character back, they've forgotten all old grudges. Like, don't continue your same storylines. You know, kind of like keep that separate. You can be with your people, but like, you know, it's like a soft wipe for the character. Kind of go into it fresh. And I feel like a lot of people just did not. Like, they tried a little, and then with a little time, they just naturally totally fell into doing the same stuff. So I think if they did something more like just being like, hey, you actually have to wipe your character. Or maybe you could play like your character's kid, your character's cousin, you know, like keep them in the family so you could play a very similar one who looks similar, but they don't actually have history with any of these people. I think that's the problem, is every character has history with everyone else. And I would love people to just not have history with everyone and like build that from the ground up, because then you get way more interesting stories, honestly. See if that ever happens, but it'd be nice. I kind of wanted to make like a living space for myself above this, but I don't know how to do it without being awkward. Maybe I'll do a... Maybe I'll do it in the back here. Like that. Yes. Yeah, so it's not even accessible from the inside. I think that's good. Yes. Perfect. But yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people are just very resistant to changing stuff because, like, they feel like their characters are their livelihoods. The RP streamers. And they're not wrong, they kind of are. But I wish there was a wipe. Here's what I really wish. I wish you could only play one character for a certain number of hours. Is that voice box? Oh my god, big dog, he's real. I think an hour limit would be crazy. Yow.
Hey. Up, gang.
Hey, what up?
You see all the
I sure do. I sure do. I'm gonna utilize it. That's why I didn't go and carve all my shit yet.
Oh, I got you.
Cause I thought, you know, maybe we'll get those shingles.
Yeah, I feel you.
Appreciate it. That's big dog. Okay, let me go up above now. Other angle for keeping old characters, they turn the character their brand. Yeah, it is their brand. I wish people would get out of that headspace. Now that I've like played a few other characters and done some one-offs too, I'm like, wait, this is the way. This is good and fun actually. And everyone should do it. But I don't know, people are just very afraid of change, honestly. But I'm someone who's less invested, right? Like, I don't give a fuck about what happens in RP, because it's not my livelihood. So it's a lot easier for me to say. I mean, these away. Okay, and then... Whew. Not everyone can juggle multiple characters and their stories in their head simultaneously. I think they can. Me personally, I think they can. I don't know how many of these I need. Okay, now I'm gonna go with a shingle roof instead. It's gonna look real good. Oof. Oh, yes. The color's so much better. It's so much better. A million billion times better. This is a whole block? That's a slab, okay. That one's a whole block. And we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stairs. Okay. Eight. Do that, and then I have to carve them out later. Yeah, I get you, Taka. I think I've got a lot of friends that have talked to me about being an RP streamer, and they're like, I actually wish I could do variety and go in and out, but they feel like, you know, no one will watch them if they do. So they get kind of trapped. Or they want to do other stuff with their RP friends, like play a different game, RP in that other game, or, you know, whatever. But a lot of them really, really, really do feel like they get just stuck. And I'm like, well, you have to put the time in. You just have to put time in. But that's scary. Because they've already put so much time into one thing, and that worked out for them. So the idea of, like, starting over, you know, and, like, doing something else and trying to build that up, even if you have an okay starting base, a lot of them are so unwilling. But I see it as sunk cost fallacy, personally. I think a lot of them could do really well in variety, and they just, you know... They're just afraid, man. But they sit there and complain that, like, their viewers don't follow them to other stuff, instead of being like, yeah, this is an RP chatter. I want variety viewers, which means I need to do stuff the RP chatters don't like and swap them out. You know what I mean? Like, they don't like thinking like that. So, if you're being realistic about, like, marketing, that's how it is. Okay. Just doing the corners because they get a little funky sometimes. My brain farts out when I have to do corners like this in roofs. Okay. Yeah, I like this more grade color a lot. I think a lot of them would do well. Me too. Actually, a lot of them did come from other stuff. There's a lot of people that are just an RP all day, every day, but they came from, you know, like Rust and shit like that. Which indicates to me that they absolutely could do other stuff, but wherever people find their biggest audience they've ever had, they kind of just tend to get stuck there and never do anything else. And it's hard because I've been like talking about my sponsor company stuff, you know, and telling friends like, hey, if you need help with this kind of stuff and I can help you, like, you're free to poke me about this and I'll get you onboarded and everything. And a lot of RP friends are like, hey, me too. And I'm like, hey, if I go to a game publisher who's like, yeah, I got a new roguelike coming out, I'm looking for someone who wants to play a new roguelike, and I go, here's my list, and it's all people from RP only who don't play anything but that on stream, they are simply not going to choose you. You know, I can put you on that list, I can always do that, but like I can't make them choose you. So that part's a little difficult. And then they're like, yeah, but I gotta make, you know, more money than I am, this is not sustainable long term. I'm like, yeah, well, RP isn't, dude. They don't like hearing that. They get it, but they don't like hearing it. Quote, Nostra and Boone, the RP viewers ain't loyal. Nostra always says to me, he's like, you're the only reason I'm able to, to stream variety. Because I introduced him to all my friends. And I was like, oh, you want to do variety? Come here, come with me. Take my hand, you know? And you know what? He did, and look at him. He's doing great. He's genuinely doing great. I don't know if I'm gonna go that far. We'll see. Been seeing multiple people get sponsored by Cheeky recently. Yep. Yes, sir. But there aren't a lot of companies like that that want to pull in creators for like these longer term affiliate program kind of things. So there are a lot of creators looking for that. They want like an affiliate program, or they want, you know, I want a company to pay me to do my thing, except they just pay me all the time. Like there really isn't a lot, or there's none of that. So that's why I focus on gaming sponsorships, is because there's a lot more gaming sponsors that need help than like product people. I think I can cut out these corners. Not that one. Maybe these? No. Okay, no, all the corners are good. Yeah, the corners are good. Okay, and then I can put a little room up here. Need more shingles. Have any non-gaming companies used SponsorBot? I'm not gonna answer any questions about any specifics on some of this stuff, because I don't know what partners want what said, and it's not really that the information's that sensitive. It's just one of those things, you know? So yeah, there's some like lines of questioning I don't want to go down too much, because then like the moment I'm talking about other people other than just like myself, you know, it's just courtesy in business, right? But if we're doing an active campaign with somebody, I'll be talking about them and you'll know. Yeah, the companies absolutely do want their privacy sometimes. Okay, let's get this filled in. I like that. But yeah, I don't really think a lot of those things are a big deal, but for other people's sake. I will not name who we've worked with unless they've explicitly been like, yes, please say this. What I will say is there are a lot of sponsorships that have happened out there in the wild that you might see. You'll see streamer A playing game B, you know, whatever. Nothing will visually look like it was us, but it was us. There are even going to be streamers that don't know that their agent handed them a sponsorship that we've got for them, and they think their agent got for them. And they're going to be like, yeah, my agent and my agency are so good. They give me all this stuff, but then it's like us. You know what I mean? Like, which I guess if their agent is talking to us, good on them. But yeah, that's a factor. That's a thing. Did I not do that corner? I guess I didn't. But yeah, that happens sometimes. Oh yeah, I just didn't do this corner. What the hell? I was gonna run around and try to RP with the people more, but there's no one on. There's very few. So I'll just do a little bit of this and then that'll be it. Good they're able to get that reach and they're smart enough to take it. I don't know about smart enough. That's a very generous way of putting that. But yeah. In a vacuum, the statement companies just want their privacy sometimes is so funny. Yeah, I think in this type of industry, it's very much courtesy to not say things about anyone's business, like, at all. Who does what, where this person went, you know, like, I don't know. And I don't really know why. I just know that people tend to, like, not do that. And it's preferred. So I, too, will keep it chill. Wait, that was... Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah, it's like that. Right? No, it's not. No, I didn't. I don't want a whole piece here. Okay. How do you manage to sell sponsors and doing campaigns with smaller creators? Are you able to seduce them with math and profit forecasts? I just do the work to make that possible for them. I'm not going to tell you too much of our secret sauce because it's actually kind of secret sauce in some ways, but pretty much none of them will ever do it because the manpower that they need to do that doesn't make them that money back at all. Like, not even close. So I have made it possible for them to do it at scale and for not $1 billion. So then it's on them to choose if they still want to, and it's really not a difficult decision to say yes or no to. So a lot of them have opted for smaller streamers when kind of going through me, which has been really good. And kind of part of the point, not the whole point. It's not like only for them, you know. It's like for literally everyone, but you know. It's been pretty good. I'm glad they've been choosing it. Yeah, it looks more natural. I actually do like the darkness of the OG stone, but I like that it looks like shingles. No, I'm just gonna do the outer ones for right now. Actually, no, I'll do them all. Great success helping smaller streamers. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of this was just a project for me seeing, like, legitimately, can I convince them to go for creators of any size if I can promise that the results will still be good? Can I make that possible? Can I make it so that the results are still good? And when I was able to see that I could make the results for, like, their marketing campaigns still good, then I was like, okay. So the data doesn't lie. There's no reason for them to believe that this can't go well. So will they choose it? Right? Was the next question. And how can I just get them to opt for it? And the answer was make it easy. So I did. Know what I mean? It can be a tough sell. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a slow process of taking a long time building it up to the point where I can get them doing that, but usually people just need to see it working for someone else before they'll be like, yeah, I'll try that thing too. It's the case with everyone in every industry forever. So, as I got kind of a lot of my initial people to try things out, and others saw that it worked for them, they were like, oh, okay, I'll try this, alright. But yeah, it's definitely like an exponential thing. Like, it started out very slow, but I already had my own network of people that, like, I worked with directly anyway, like, that I had just been messaging when a thing would come out or whatever, so I kind of built off of my own stuff that I created for people, or for myself rather, and then propagated that. So it's the only reason it works, honestly, is because it's me. Like, they probably would not have worked with anyone else on the same sort of thing if it wasn't like me who they had already, you know, worked with and known and trusted, right? Why can't I place you? There we go. Empty. Put that there. Ooh, do I want to make this into me? No, not yet. Okay, I need to start carving windows. I want to put bamboo in. We don't have bamboo still. Hmm. Okay, and then this is like my personal chest here. That's the building chest. So I'm gonna take this upstairs. You have to meet people with slide decks, or do you sidestep that? It just totally depends on who it is. Completely depends. Oh yeah. This is Grog's room. We can put these down here. I have a toad. I need to collect more toads and make the toad pit. Maybe I should put them all up here. have to see if they'll even stay. They should stay, but... Okay, we'll see if I come back after a server reset, if it's still there. If it's still there, great, I can just make a toad pit like this. If not, then I need to put them in cages. Which I may do. I may very well do. Okay, I'm gonna keep all this here. Peach trees, these are for out front. My stone tile. Okay, and these were just for better storage. Which I think was like this, just boards. Yeah. So this one's going to be storage for all of this stuff. And then I was going to make... Like, this is just base materials, right? So I'm going to do boards and then some types of stones. Probably. So this is Home Depot here. And maybe... start making this little promenade looking thing. Maybe digging into this somehow. I'll make an underground rock storage. Which honestly I was thinking right here, just make a doorway that you kind of like go down and boom, you're in there. And then... yeah, I think that's going to be the way. I think basement under here is the way. Let me think, if I put stairs there, will people be able to get under? I think so. Hi, Kitty. Kitty, I was on RP briefly yesterday, but I had to run to do something. I was in Polito talking to Lando. I didn't even know Fizz was, like, playing actively. But he is, so I said hi to Lando and, like, told him some shit. And then as soon as I logged out, I saw on Steam that you opened it, and I was like, oh my god. Kitty, no. Because I was gonna call you, but then, like, I had shit to do. I was so sad. I had big drama news to tell Kitty. Huge dramatic news. You would have loved it. I should do a different color to go down here. I should make it acacia, but then when you go in, it's something else. I'm gonna make a downstairs of this place, and that will be the rocks. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I'm literally working on the downstairs to this house right now. I'm just gonna try to make it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. At some point, I'll dip relatively soon. And
What? Fuck, hello?
what the hell?
The fuck was
Is it? Is that haunted?
We need to break it. We need to break that.
What the fuck was that?
I don't want that. I'm going through.
Should I put a dirt prison around it? Oh my
I
god.
don't know. I'm going through it.
All right, good luck. 07. I don't know. I live in Polito now with you. This is on shambles. Yeah, Kitty, we have our Polito house.
False alarm. Yeah,
Okay.
false alarm. It was a butterfly. Yeah, I don't know how a butterfly must have landed.
Okay. Of all things.
Yeah, it's really random.
It was a butterfly. Oh my god. Kitty, I'm just glad we have our Polito love nest. Oh, so much better. Holy shit. There is a double bed in that house, so I think it's just gonna be implied that Gigi and Kitty just sleep in the double bed together. That's crazy. Hi, Lucky. I want to make this at least as big as the above. But I'm also tempted to, like, really dig it out. I definitely want to do these. Look at that. Ooh. It's nice. It's real nice. Kitty, I just saw your DM. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, also, I have to tell the Discord. I decided right before the stream today. I got invited by some friends to a thing for tomorrow. So I think I'm just gonna do that instead of stream. Because it's a thing I don't want to miss. I miss everything. I always miss everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that. So I gotta let the Discord know. Yeah, offline thing. Yeah, no, IRL friends, not like streamers. I know I usually stream Sundays, but I did Block Wars today. Which I know it's not on the main channel, but still. I did the time, you know? And I tend to, when I add extra shit on this channel, I tend to be like, oh, but it's not on the main channel, so I have to do this number of hours on the main channel. I don't. I do well more than enough hours. So I'm trying to, like, stop myself sometimes. Stream your friends. I got a lot of friends I'm just never, ever, ever bringing into any of this stuff. They're staying away from it forever. I don't know, if you only have other friends that are in content and you only do things with people that are content creators, you legitimately stop being a person. Like, it's I don't know how to describe it, but people get so out of touch, it's crazy. So, it's a diamond pattern. They're rugs too. Oh, I'm gonna need mortar. Oh, it's light. Chalk, granite, limestone. Okay. Wi-Fi light. No, granted. Okay. I could also cut it part way. It's still winter. The internet isn't a real place. Yeah. The same way people that spend all their time like on Twitter and on Reddit and arguing with people online, you feel like they just like lose their sense of what's real in the world. It's the same thing with a lot of streamers. So, see, this is where I was making a thing. I think I'll get rid of it and I'll just do the thing I'm doing now. And that's why people will be like, oh, streamers are so out of touch. It's usually that phenomenon. This one has rocks. This one goes here. This is my general build chest. Okay, very good. Lud and Hassan got it right with using coworker moniker. Yeah, I mean, there's so many people in this space where I use the word friend, but like I don't mean it the same way I mean an IRL friend at all. What I mean is coworker that I enjoy. But if you say the word friend enough times, people start to believe it's like the same as an IRL friend, and it's not. It's really not. Because like if you have IRL friends, you know it's not, right? But yeah, some of them really lose touch with what that all means. Yeah, an associate. And drop the other corn over here. Let's see. There's water. Okay, so that's all done. I have an extra quern.
Yeah.
Because I found it somewhere. So you can have it.
Ooh, thank you.
Quern 2.
I'll put it upstairs if we need it.
Hell yeah.
Just do an extra cornage.
Okay, and then at some point I gotta move all this stuff. Well, yeah, Annie wanted like a different storage area for that stuff, which I was gonna make this that, but this got built, so I couldn't build further back, so this can only really be wood right now. So I'll do wood. I'll do stone and building materials down here. Maybe I'll move the wood down here too. And then make this the general storage. Yeah, I might do that. So like materials for building will be down here, but then all the stuff you want to frequently touch will be up there. I think that's better. Okay, now these are Grog's tools. So Grog will take Grog's tools up to the top. Oh, so where's this Oblas? Okay, that's good. Actually, I'm gonna keep that. And then these I can just carry and put down here. Huge. Okay, so this will be building materials, I think. What is here? Slanted trapdoor. Do is there a large slanted trapdoor? Sloped. Okay. I think it's this. Huge. Amazing. I'll do that so no big grass grows in front of it. Whoops. Now I want it facing this way. Okay, I like that. Okay, and then... yeah, that's good for now, honestly. Ooh, I need a saw. Yeah, I get you, Dunk Up. I think with streamers, they're not... it's not totally lost on them that, like, they're not living the same life as a person who's not a streamer. I think anyone with any job gets that. It's more that what they value is very different. And depending on the person, depending on their just general empathy levels, they may have a harder or easier time understanding and accommodating other people for not having, I guess, like, all the same values. If that makes sense. I also think being so detached from people can make you really lose empathy. Being in a situation where you're talking at people, but they are just in a very different position from you, I think that really gets in people's heads sometimes. So it's important to have a lot of real friends who are not other content creators and who don't value the fact that you are one at all. I think it's really important to have those people, so you don't become fucking crazy and a weirdo. We need more buildings, man. We've got this, which is alright. Got some good shape to it. And then we've got all this, which is great. And then you go further down. We've got all of that, which is all the voice boxes stuff. But we don't really have a lot of builders, so it's really just me and VoiceBox that like building. Though Garrick did a lot of this, and VoiceBox helped. And that came out good. That's my cat boat. Why is it moved out? Oh, the ice. I'm gonna move it so that when the ice melts, it doesn't, like, drift all the way away. There we go. You tend to demonize people a lot more. Start to think the default people is people being evil. Oh, yeah. I know a lot of streamers are so paranoid. They think everyone's out to get them. And I'm like, why do you think that? And then I look at, like, the way their chats treat them and the way the internet treats them, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah. I would think so, too. If I was in your position. And then when, like, a big streamer is lashing out at people all the time, they're like, ugh, what a miserable person. And I'm like, well, I'm not excusing them. But, like, we can all see why, right? Like, we see the commonalities here. You know? Oh, I hear him down there. We got demons in the basement. Hey, buddy. Well, he's dead. Okay, this will be andesite box. These can go be something else later. Hmm. Hi, Lucky. 8. 9, okay. I'll need to make that bigger later. Well, for now, that's it. I just want to do a little building. But I'm gonna go and eat something and then record stuff. And I'm gonna see if my frog is still here, my toad is still here. One of the reasons I like watching you is so you don't let that chat bullying shit fly. It's fine when it happens once in a while, but sometimes people allow it to become their entire shtick. Yeah, I don't know. I do feel like, if I let people run more rampant, it would just help with my overall success more. Like objectively, it just does. But I just don't want to tolerate certain things, you know? I do think I've scared people. Sorry, my cat's like in front of me. I do think I've scared people into thinking they can't do a lot when they can do more than they can. Um, People are even afraid to use a lot of emotes because they think I'll get mad at them for emote spam, even if they're like being really easy with it, you know? So I think people definitely, they behave too much, but I'd rather that overcorrect than like not at all. You know what I mean? Yeah, the boundaries are big. They're pretty big. I do want to let up on some things. Less in chat. Well, yeah, some in chat, but less in chat, more in like the community in general. But not too much. Not too much. I can start talking shit, no problem. I really don't mind. It just depends. I think the problem is I don't mind certain people saying certain things, and I mind other people saying it. So I have to like, you know, it's hard for people to read. Lucky. Lucky. You either get on my lap or you get banished. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna send you somewhere. But where? Some people got some interesting titles, man. They got some interesting titles. Okay, do you want Minecraft? Someone doing like a challenge? Or something else? What are you feeling? Hi, Nikki. Something else? So you hate Minecraft. So you hate it. So you don't want to support the kids. You don't want to support my young friend out here doing his best for his little stream because you hate him. I get it. It's okay. I get it. I understand. Okay, well then we're gonna raid. Hold on. There we go. Oh my god, no, we're not gonna raid that one. There's so many people on their stream. What are these 20-person collabs? My brain can't handle that. We're not doing that. Oh, that would kill my damn brain, dude. What about this one? Oh, that's good. Okay, we'll raid Joel. We'll raid Joel. it's a Mecha collab, so there's a good number of people, but like, I think it might just be with his chat. Is it with his chat? Yeah, I think he's doing chat lobbies. Let's do that. I also get to pop my resub for my, get this, 65-month sub anniversary. Kinda crazy. Kinda crazy. So we'll go in there. Also, I gotta tell all my streamer friends now, because the thing that I said would happen has happened, where people make Mecha Chameleon maps and then they put malware in them, so people who are just looking through maps and just download them, get all their friends to download malware. Yay! And the team quickly patched out whatever shit they put in there, but like, you can't protect about everything. You can't take every little thing and make it not possible until it happens and you see it's a thing, right? So yeah, that shit that Zen was doing, where she'd be like, this map, and it's just some random bullshit with no reviews. Like, we actually cannot be doing that. And I've been telling people we can't be doing this. Yeah, Zen mentioned it because I made sure people were sending it. Pretty much anything through Steam Workshop, like, don't download random bullshit. People use Wallpaper Engine for that too. Same thing. They send malware through a little wallpaper Steam Workshop download. So yeah, just be careful, guys. And tell streamers about it. And all that. That's all. Anyway, go have fun. Joel knows. Go have fun. See ya.